Hi everybody. Um, I realise it's been a while since I've put anything on my channel, but it's just that I went back and had a look and I noticed that I've got almost 2,000 views on these irons that Gigagolf have given me, and I thought that it would be quite nice just to kind of give people out there who are interested um, a bit more of an update on how everything's going about 9 months in. So I have the 3, the 5 and my 3 hybrid. These are like the top end of my bag most of the time. I have a 3 wood and I have a driver, but I've only just 9 months into playing golf gotten consistent enough, I think, to start to have the 3 wood in the bag, and I probably only hit it twice around. But the 3 hybrid and the 3 wood and the 5. The 5 used to be the most lofted club I had in my bag until I started to hit it a little bit more consistently. Then I put 3 in there, and then now the 3 hybrid's starting to come in there a bit more. But just for a bit of a comparison, I've also included a wedge that I bought recently, probably about 2 months ago, and that's a carbon wedge, and you can see after using it, this is the only wedge I have in my bag, so I'm basically using it around the greens and things like that. It's fairly frequent use. I'll zoom in here, but you can see on the 5 and on the 3 and on the 3 hybrid, there's a bit of wear and tear on these golf clubs, but considering that I've probably hit this golf club about, God, I'd hate to imagine how many more times. I don't keep an accurate record, but a lot more than I've hit this one. The wear and tear on this club is pretty minimal. To give you some kind of an idea, it's like about less than an 800 grit sandpaper. It feels very smooth, and you don't even really notice it. The same could be said, to be fair, with this one here, but if you start to get in there and have a little bit of a look, you can really kind of notice that the club face is pretty dinged up. This one here is dinged up, but those are very, very minor, superficial things. And I mean, to give you some kind of an idea about how many times I've hit it, the paint has kind of been hit out, and the paint is kind of starting to come out and things like that as well. So I've really given these clubs a lot of use, and they basically haven't been damaged as a result of all of the use that I've given them. So the wear and tear on these clubs is excellent. The bottom of the club, again, just to kind of get some kind of an idea here, is also pretty good. The leading edge here, I haven't really kind of been hitting it up against stones or anything like that at all, so it's not really badly damaged. The leading edge on this club here, I did have to whack it out of some stones once, been dinged up a little bit. Don't know if you can see that very easily, but there it is. So there's a bit of minor damage on there, but in terms of the actual, the overall wear and tear, comparing it to, a carbon steel club head versus that titanium insert, these grooves are still razor sharp, as are these obviously, but actually, I don't know what this actually, these are, you can really kind of hear it. It's like a very, very much louder sound off that. Just gives you some kind of an idea about how deep and strong those grooves are, which really kind of help with the ball flight and stuff. And I've had nothing but positive feelings towards these golf clubs. Any mishits have basically been my fault. I have, as you can tell by my channel, quite a few different golf clubs, and I must confess that these are by far the easiest of the golf clubs that I have to hit. I can hit them basically quite, over here, and it still feels okay. Over here is okay, but right there is just absolutely perfect. So yeah, these are some really good clubs. Some people here might also be interested to have a little bit of a look. This is the 3 iron. The grip here is still, you know, really fresh, really new. I bought some grips, and in the grips that I bought, they sent me a packet of grip wipes, and every little once in a while I'll use those, and they do a really good job of keeping the tackiness on these grips. So although there's a bit of minor wear and tear down in here and things like that, these golf club grips are really tacky, really good. And I got reasonably sized hands, and I ordered the jumbo grips. That's the reason why they're on there, and they just work really well. And it's been really good over the last little while since I got these golf clubs. My handicap has gone from 30 down to 20. Just to kind of give you a bit of an idea, I'm really practicing with them and really using them, and you know, knowing that I've got such a large amount of space to work with on that golf club has really kind of helped me. And I can assure you that basically knowing that if I hit my wedge over here, I feel it. And if I hit my wedge over here, I feel it. If I hit it there, it's okay. It really kind of helps knowing that you've got this kind of forgiveness. As someone who's really basically come into golf fairly new, so really only been playing for about 12 months. The other thing as well, if I could provide a little bit of feedback, is that this golf club doesn't have a mark on where the sweet spot is. So I've basically had to do that myself, and this is a tip I got from my uncle. He gave me the idea of using a rubber off the end of a pencil, and you tap it against the club face, and wherever the club goes straight backwards, if that makes any sense, so it doesn't flick open or it doesn't close, that's where the center of gravity is. So these clubs here, in my experience, their center of gravity is actually quite a lot closer to the heel of the club than what you would think. So I mean, if we were to be looking at any kind of ways in which these hybrids could be improved slightly, I guess adding a little bit of weight in the appropriate place, I think it would be slightly more towards the toe. I think would move the center of gravity that way, if I'm right, and that would be something that would be useful. And also obviously if Gigagolf is looking at some other things that they could do to make these clubs just a little bit better, I would very much have appreciated having something actually on the top of the golf lace. This is just a piece of tape. Just used some scissors, and I've just basically put it on there myself. And obviously if you want to do something like that yourself, you're welcome to do it. It's a great way of kind of giving you an idea of where your center is on your golf clubs, and that helps me to kind of get the ball more out of the center. I've been kind of trying to hit it out of here for quite some time and didn't actually realize that the center of mass was here. And the problem with that is that you'll see here that the base of the low point of the golf club is here, and the actual center of the golf club is here. So it does mean that I am more likely to come over the top of the golf ball and actually hit down here. So again, there is a bit of a weighting issue with this club that would really, I think, be quite easily fixed by maybe me getting a little bit of lead tape or something like that, and basically just putting it on the end of the end of the head here, and readjusting the weight slightly. But when you crack it out of the middle of this one here, it goes for me quite a way, and makes a really nice sound. And I've got a great way of, I think, of addressing the golf ball, and I don't, my hits that I hit the golf ball tend to go very straight. My mishits kind of can go off to the left or off to the right, but generally speaking, I try and hit the ball and it goes quite straight. So I think that's a little bit to do with the golf club and a little bit to do with me. But overall, if anybody else looking at what the wear and tear on these golf clubs is going to be like 9 months in, can't speak highly enough of it. There's very little wear and tear. I do have golf head covers, and they're on the even numbers. So my 4 and my 6 have got golf head covers on them, and that does help with a little bit of banging around in the golf bag, but it also just makes my speed of play quite good as well. So like if I come to a ball where I need to hit it, 3-iron or 5-iron, I can just pull that out fairly quickly. But if it's a 6 or if it's a 4 or if it's an 8, I can just take the golf head cover off, and that's not too much of an inconvenience. So it's good to have half a set of golf head covers if that's another little trick I can throw in there as well for everybody. But overall, I can't speak highly enough of the wear and tear on these, and the confidence it's given me to go out there and play them, and just to kind of give people a little bit of an understanding of how useful these golf clubs can be. We do have a Stableford competition at the golf club that I belong to, and these were in the bag when I won the overall competition both weeks in a row. So I really have knocked a lot off my golf score using these clubs, and that's been a real tribute to them. Anyway, I'll upload this, and hope you guys enjoy it, and there's a few more videos hopefully coming soon. Bye for now.